The SAPS says it has closed a docket against total shutdown marchers in Gauteng. Police say the allegations made against the protesters are unfounded. Thousands of women marched to the union buildings in Pretoria last week. Some marchers were violated by police officers. The SAPS says they are investigating. Spokesperson Brigadier Vishnu Naidu joins us now. Good evening, Brigadier. Thanks very much for your time. Who opened the case in the first place?
A very, very good evening to you, Vuyo, and thank you for this opportunity. Vuyo, it emerged this afternoon, much to the surprise of police management, that a case of public violence was opened against this group of women that had marched on the 1st of August to the union buildings. Because, I say surprised because police management received an initial report, and nowhere in that report did it mention that there was any form of transgression by the protesters before, during, and after the protest action took place. So, in light of that, the National Commission has taken a decision that the case that has been opened, the case of public violence that was opened, would be closed as unfounded. Now, this case was opened by a police officer, and of course, we're going to investigate or conduct an inquiry into why this case was open, why, in fact, there was a contradiction. By this case being open is a contradiction to the initial report that was provided to management, where nowhere in that report did it mention that there was any form of transgression by the protesters.
Now, I mean, serious allegations have been leveled against some police officers, with some of the marchers alleging that they had been violated by police during the protest. Could it be that it was, in fact, those officers against whom allegations have been made who actually tried to open this docket?
It's one of the possibilities that we cannot rule out, but I don't want to speculate at this early stage as to why that docket was actually open. Yes, indeed, some of the protesters have come forward, have made allegations that they, in some way or the other, were allegedly violated by police officers, and to that end, at least 4 cases have been opened. Those cases are being investigated. The National Commission has also directed that those cases be given the priority they deserve, in terms of the investigation. So we will explore all areas as to why the case of public violence was open, and we're not going to rule out the possibility that it may have possibly been a countercharge, but I don't want to speculate and rest on that being the possibility.
Should you not have left it to, prosecutors then to decide whether or not to go ahead with the case? And in that instance, perhaps we could have gotten more information about who was behind the opening of the docket in the first instance and their intentions.
Well, remember, the police also has a prerogative to look at a case to determine whether the case is undetectable, whether a case is unfounded. And if we do that in this particular case, as we have done, is taken a decision to deem this case to have been unfounded, we can still proceed with investigating why this has happened, how it happened, why it happened, by whom did it happen, and so forth. Nothing stops us from doing that. We don't have to take it to another level to have that process followed.
Okay, let's leave it there. The SAPS spokesperson, Brigadier Vishnu Naidu, of course, on the announcement that has been made on behalf of the National Commissioner of Police, General Kehla Sithole, that he has reviewed the case opened against the women who were protesting last week, and found it surprising that a case of such a nature would be opened. But of course, the National Commissioner also emphasizing that the allegations that have been made against certain police officers, that they violated some of the women who were marching, that is being viewed in very serious light by police management, and investigations there are continuing. Now, how